Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 704. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and we're here live in Southwest Florida in my beautiful tropical backyard. If you are joining me live this morning, please say hello. I've got a bunch of stuff to show you this morning. First off, I am adding bag tags to my 5 set of bags. Hi, Thea and Grace. Good morning. So I kept 1 set of the new beautiful bags for myself, and I'm adding bag tags to them this morning. So if you're not familiar with my bag tags, hi, Lisa and Kimberly. Oops, I dropped one. There we go. Oh, and there I go, grunting because I bend over. Hi, Julia. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Jane. Hi, Judy. Pamela, Sharon, Naomi, Carrie, Lisa. You can still order bag tags, Jill. Hi, Mary and Lily. Hi, Liz and Joe, Mindy, Deborah, Christine, Lily, Naomi, Constance, Deborah. I lost track over here, so I'm trying to catch up here. Hi, Charlene. Good morning. Okay, so these are the bag tags. It's like a credit card, and you can write on the back to say what's inside your bag. It comes with a heart-shaped carabiner clip, so you can just pop the carabiner right onto the tag and then attach it to any bag handle, but I will be attaching them to my new bags, the new yarn quote bags. And there you have it. And then if you have a bunch of bags, you don't have to open up every one to see what's inside. You can just refer to the card to see what's inside. And if for some reason you have a limited number of crochet hooks or knitting needles and you're sharing them within projects, if you write down what size needle or hook you used in the bag, you'll always remember what hook to borrow from another project to put it back inside. Let's see. Thanks, Sharon. I'm wearing the Infinity Friendship Shawl this morning. This is a PDF download pattern in my crochet pattern shop. Let's see, Jill's talking about shipping. Well, anytime you, or if you're in the US and you spend $75 in my shop, you get free shipping. And if you are an international customer, as soon as you spend $150, you also get automatic free shipping. No coupon code required. I don't believe the tags are erasable. No, that's why I offer a refill at a very discounted price. What does PDF mean? That is a great question. It is a type of file that is digital, so instead of selling printed patterns, what I sell is digital patterns that you can download and save to any device, or if you want a printed pattern, you can print it at your own printer or at a friend's printer or something like that. But I sell the digital copy of patterns, and so the pattern format comes as an Adobe Acrobat PDF file, which is very standard for digital patterns. Okay, I was showing you how to put the bag tag on. Couldn't remember what I was showing. Hi, Diane. Am I going on a date? No. I don't know if I'd wear my hair in a bun on a date anyway. I think I would wear my hair down. Not that I remember what I would do on a date. It's been a very, very long time since I've been on a date. Anyway, just want to finish getting these 5 on there, and then I'll show you my outfit, and we'll move further along on everything we were going to talk about today. So you may have seen an announcement on my blog yesterday, or you may have seen an announcement in social media yesterday. And if you already follow Ukeland, the company that makes Rapture, you would have already gotten the news, vaguely I suppose, but you could have implied the news from their posts recently as well. So if you read my posts and my blog post yesterday and my social media announcements, you will know that we're saying goodbye to Rapture. Rapture has been discontinued by Ukeland, so they have chosen to move forward with their brand without their affiliation with me. So the Rapture product is being discontinued, and I will not be affiliated with Eucalan anymore. However, if you still love the product of the jasmine scent that I developed for Eucalan, you can still get it. They're going to offer the exact same formula, but it will be called Eucalan Jasmine to go along with their Eucalan unscented eucalyptus, lavender, and grapefruit. It will just be their fifth scent, Eucalan Jasmine, but other than changing the logo and changing the brand look, the product is absolutely identical. So if you are in love with Rapture, you can still get the product. It just won't be affiliated with me anymore. So again, if you want the product, don't panic. You can still get the product. It's going to look different, but it's going to be the same thing. Now, having said that, when I first got the news about this, you can imagine that I was, number one, disappointed. I've been very happy to work with Eucalan all these years, and I've had wonderful experiences working with them, and I'm grateful for the experience and all the across the board. And when you read my blog post, you'll see how positively I talk about the whole experience and the fact that, you know, when one door closes, you really do have to try to take a step back and be patient and open-minded to what opportunities will open next. Now, I don't have an answer for where I'm going forward from here, which has made me very nervous to share this announcement with you because Rapture's been a very integral part of my business since day one of the yarn company. I've been giving free pods of Rapture with purchase for yarn ever since the very first ball of Be So Fine yarn was sold. And it's been an integral part of my charity for many years as well. So when I first got the news, you can imagine that I was pretty nervous about how I would make the announcement. Now, it wasn't my news to tell, so I've been waiting patiently for months until Eucalan finally made their announcement, and that's why I've now announced, and I'm working really hard in the background. I promise you, I'm figuring out some other solution. Do I have an announcement for you yet? No, unfortunately I don't, but this is also an opportunity to show you that, you know, sometimes things are out of your control, and this was definitely out of my control and not something that I chose to do. But I still have to roll with it and figure out how my business evolves from here. And my business will evolve from here. I'm still passionate about everything that I do with yarn and how we care for our yarn. And I'm very passionate about my charity and how we choose to give back and help other people in need. So please rest assured that I am working on figuring out what's going to come next. I just don't have an answer for you yet, that's all. But definitely trying to figure things out in the background right now. And as soon as I have a new announcement for you, I will let you know. But in the meantime, I have to share the reality of the situation. So there will no longer be a pod of Rapture given with every purchase of yarn. I have a limited amount left, so I guess I'll be giving the pods of Rapture out for balls of Sporty and Fine sold until I run out, which will probably be well within the next month. And then going forward, there just won't be a free gift like that with purchase. Now, might there be something else? Yes, we're still working on a new website and still working on lots of other things in the background. But that part of my business model is coming to an end. And that is one of the reasons why, remember when COVID started and I put all my yarns on sale and I never took them back off of sale? Well, it's because I've been kind of dragging my feet on figuring out how I'm going to make this announcement with the dissolution of Rapture. Is that the right word? I don't know. So as I've been trying to figure this out, I decided that even though it's not the right price, my discounts now are deeper than losing the $1 pot of Rapture, but I just decided it's been so uncomfortable for me to try to figure this out and stressful that, and I didn't want anyone to be upset with me. So what I've decided to do is those discounts, like all the bling yarn used to be $39.99 and they got dropped down to $32. Well, guess what? $32 is the retail price now. It's no longer the sale price, that's just the regular price. And now fine and sporty used to be $30 a ball, and then they went on sale for $26 back in March or April. Well, now that is the fixed retail price. So you'll notice that things aren't on sale anymore, but what I have done is taken those sale prices and made them the retail prices. So even though they don't come with Rapture anymore, the reduction in price far exceeds the loss of the pot of Rapture. The retail value on a pot of Rapture is $1, and so the bling yarns are now reduced by $8, and the fine and sporty are reduced by $4. So far exceeds the pot of Rapture, but it just, I don't know, it's been a very confusing time for me, and I'm just trying to be honest with you. Sometimes there isn't someone you call and say, hey, what do you do when this happens in your business, right? So I just want to stay open with you, and I felt bad not being able to tell you guys this as soon as I first heard, but it wasn't my story to tell, so I really had to be patient and wait for some sort of announcement. They didn't really announce it. Well, they did announce it. They said that they're rebranding. They didn't say Rapture's going away, but they just showed it as Omdahl Jasmine, and that's fine. So the good news is, like I said in the beginning of this announcement, if you love Rapture, you can still get it. It just has a new label on it. So if you love it, that's fine. Yeah, I probably said something a couple months ago, Thea, but I had no idea how long it was going to take them to make their announcement. So I've just been trying to patiently wait and still trying to figure out what I was going to do to change my business, because this was a big part of my business. So I needed some time to figure out what to do. And again, I don't have an answer yet. I've been researching lots of different options, and I'm closer to figuring it out. I certainly encourage you to still use it if you like it. I have no problem with anyone using it. I still have some Rapture here, so I'm not going to throw it out. I will use it until something else comes along. Thank you, Thea, and thank you everyone for your kind words. Thank you so much for saying that you still love my yarn without the Rapture. That's very nice. I appreciate that. What else? Does anybody have any questions? Because again, I'm trying to be as open as possible as I can about it. Yes, Carla, these are the same earrings that I had on in coral the other day. This is the fine chandelier earrings, and this is in color, Be So Fine yarn in color Lilac Memories, which I thought went nicely with my shawl this morning, and I'll talk about what I'm wearing in a couple minutes. I just wanted to explain not only the announcement, and even if you did read the blog post yesterday, I just wanted to explain a little more about what my thoughts were on how I'm trying to, evolve with this change, and also using this as a real life example. Some things are out of your control, right? And there are things that happen every day that are out of our control, and it's not about what happens to us, it's how we react to what happens to us. And I'm not going to tell you that I wasn't scared and upset at first when I found out, and I've certainly been struggling trying to research and figure out what made sense going forward, and I'm still working on things, but I think I do have a wonderful solution in the near future. It's just too soon to share it with you. So I'm working on a new initiative for my charity, which I'm super excited about, and some other ideas that I will share with you when it's appropriate. But again, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. And thank you for understanding that when things are out of our control, we can only do our best to roll with it. And I hope you approve of my decisions on how I've changed the business model for the yarn sales. Again, there won't be a pot of Rapture that's given for free with purchase anymore, but I have permanently reduced the prices of the yarns that used to include it. So I hope that seems fair. And I've reduced the price well below what the price of the value of the Rapture was. So I hope you can appreciate that change to start with. And we'll go from here, right? We'll figure out what makes sense going forward. Like I said, I'm still doing a lot of work and a lot of research in the background behind the scenes to figure out what makes sense for my business going forward. And I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. And I think I've found a phenomenal idea for the charity, and I hope you will love it too. And it goes beyond the charity, even for the caring of our yarn and our handmade items. I am working on stuff regarding that in the background. But again, what I had to say in the beginning, I absolutely support anybody that still loves Rapture and still wants to use it. If you still love it, you can order from Eucalan or anywhere Eucalan is sold, and the product Rapture is going to be identical, but just in a different branded label. It'll say Eucalan Jasmine, so whatever you love about it, you can still love about it. So I'm really happy to be able to share that with you, and also give you my blessing to still buy it. I'm not having hard feelings here. I really feel like the only way to sleep at night is to take the high road, right? And so I don't want you to feel uncomfortable at all. If you love it, still buy it, okay? I have found in my 56 years of life, when one door closes, another opens, and with your skills and knowledge of business, you can get better. We are here with you, whatever you do. Thank you, Carla. Thank you. Hi, Trisha, the knitting lady. Good morning. All right, so unless there are any additional questions about it, I do want to make sure everybody understands what's going on and understand that everything is legal and normal, and this is what happens in business. There are no hard feelings. I appreciate all of the experiences that I had with Eucalan, and I have no hard feelings anymore. Yes, I was hurt at first. Who wouldn't be? But no hard feelings. So, which I think is a great example to share as well. It is what it is. And I understand why they wanted to do something different with their business. So, like I said, it is what it is. I'm happy for them. I wish them all the success in the world. And let's move on to something else, because I don't see any more questions about this. So let's talk about my outfit. So I am wearing one of the most cheerful and surprisingly easy patterns that I have, and that is the Infinite Friendship Shawl. And you may even remember, this is one we did on one of the live videos from my studio, and I'm wearing it with one of my adorable butterfly clips to turn it into a poncho, which I think is such a great fall look. So I will take it off for just a second to show you that I'm wearing it with high-waisted dark denim and tank top bodysuit, which is a nice slim silhouette underneath. And although this feels a little too sexy and a little too roly-poly for me to wear on its own, as soon as I pop over this adorable, colorful shawl, the Infinite Friendship Shawl, watch this. And with the color stripes, it's easy to line up. So, okay, I want to show you what I'm doing to make. So when you're trying to make something like this into a cape, you don't want to put the shawl right up to your neck and pull it down. Pull it down a little bit, like see how I've got it like a couple inches from the nape of my neck, maybe 1 or 2 inches from there. Giving yourself a little wider of a neckline like that helps it to sit more cape-like. Do you notice the difference? When I had it up like this, it almost felt a little weird. But as soon as I pull it back and give it a little wider of a neckline, by reducing it down my neck, down the nape of my neck, I have definitely got more of a capelet, cape poncho look. If you wanted to really make this more poncho-like, you could definitely lace this all the way up. You could take a crochet chain and lace it all the way up. You could add buttons on here. You could add more butterfly clips down the front, or you could even sew it together if poncho was your only way you wanted to wear it. And then that flowery fringe, which is unusual but so cute, has lots of great movement as you move. But for a fall look, I think that this is really put together, figure flattering, and still hiding bumps. Does anybody have, and then I'm wearing the fine chandelier earrings. This is in Beso baby yarn, and we're using colors Prince, Periwinkle, Orchid, Violet, and Eggplant. And the fine chandelier earrings are in Beso fine yarn in color Lilac Memories, which you can see looks really nice with the Prince and Periwinkle in the shawl. It's not a perfect match, but I feel like it's close enough that it goes nice. Now I'm noticing that my cleavage seems to be popping out a little too much, so I might move this up just a little bit. I would rather this be a little more modest than not. So even I still have it down off of the nape of my neck to give a wider neckline, but as I'm adjusting, as I'm sitting down, I can't remember if I've put my jeans in the Amazon shop yet or not, Kimberly. I will check later today, and if they're not in there, I will add them. Lisa, I thought it was too sexy with the cleavage showing, so I pulled it up. But yeah, I still think that it's a sexy look without being overtly sexy. You know, I like sexy looks without being overtly sexy. The sizes are surprisingly generous on the bodysuit, Luna. I am 5'9", and so I find that bodysuits and one-piece bathing suits can often run short on me. I'm wearing size large. I wasn't sure if I was going to be an XL or a large, and the large is comfortable on me. I would not move up to an extra large. So I'm 5'9", 185 pounds, and the size large is comfortable on me. So I hope that helps you figure out what size you need. Thank you, Lisa. I love the shawl too. I love it in all the colors, but honestly, this would be gorgeous in all one color too. So when you get the pattern, if you are thinking about changing up the color work at all, I always list how many yards of yarn is used, in addition to how many yards of each color is used. So if you wanted to do something that's in color work, in a solid color, you get all of the yardage information for that as well. I would definitely remake this in a solid color too. I love the stripes, but I think it'd be so fun to have this in a solid color. This would be another great candidate for maybe trying in Be So Fine yarn or Be So Fine bling to make something a little dressier too. It's a great shawl, and it's a top-down increase, so you could make it longer or shorter depending on what sort of yarn substitutions you did. But Be So Fine or Be So Fine bling would be really gorgeous. Hi Kiranjit, thanks for joining live. Linda, I think I do consider myself long-waisted because over the years I have hated one-piece bathing suits, and I can't think of any other reason why I would hate them other than they don't fit me the way they're supposed to, because buying on size in your normal size over the years has been a struggle with bodysuits and with bathing suits over the years. And maybe nowadays our fabrics are just so much stretchier and so much more accommodating to different shapes and sizes that I'm guessing maybe that's why I'm having less trouble now than in the past, because fabrics have come a long way, right? And the last time I wore bodysuits or one-piece bathing suits were decades ago when fabrics were different. Okay, I need to make a lacy valance for my windows. Any idea for the motif to use? I have plain off-white curtains. I want more colors, and you live in an RV. Any motif. It depends on what you want to make. You could look at any of my shawls that are made with motifs. Some of them are made in colorful motifs. Some of them are made in solid colors. So it's just basically what you're wanting to do. Do you want something that is multicolored? Do you want something that is tonal? Sometimes you can see more of the lace stitch pattern when you're doing a solid color, and sometimes the focus goes off the texture and on the color when you mix colors. Not to say that either one wouldn't be beautiful. Depends on what kind of color you want to add and what kind of texture you want to add. Do you want circle motifs that are offset? Do you want squared motifs? Do you want octagon motifs with little mini motifs in between the motifs? You could even do a solid stitch pattern like this. Imagine from here down, that would be a beautiful valance, or even just from here down, that would be a beautiful valance, and having something with a lacy trim on the bottom. So it could be motifs or it could be lace work. I mean, the sky's the limit. You could do anything you want. Maybe find something that's inspirational to you. Are there colors that inspire you? Is there a color decor that you're already using in your RV? Sure, I can show you the fringe up close. So what I've done is taken an extension of the stitch pattern. See the motif in here? What I've done is created a longer version of it, so accentuating that last motif with some chain fringes and then just continuing on in pattern. Yes, Sharon, you mentioned that yesterday, and I am working on videos, but there's really not much I can do to help you with the Nadia cowl during the live stream. Perhaps if you sent a photo of what you're having trouble with, but like I said yesterday, it is an identical repeat of the pattern over the 4 repeats of those strands. So if they're not lining up correctly, then possibly you have counted incorrectly across the rows. But I really can't help you with technical problems in a pattern on the live stream. All I can tell you is that if you need additional help right away, you can email after the show with some photos, or if you want to wait for the video tutorial, I am working on it behind the scenes now. Thank you, Carla. Diane, beachy tones. Yeah, so you're saying turquoise, aqua, and flamingo pink are your colors. Great, lovely colors. You could use one of those. You could do something, like I said, do something like that in one color. You could do some striping like that, or you could do motifs, or you could do different colors within the motifs, or do different colors for each motif. There's so many different ways you could do that. Thank you, Trisha. I'm glad you like that. I always, sometimes I like doing a completely different stitch pattern for edging, and sometimes I find it more challenging and still interesting to take the stitch pattern and amplify it for edging. I find that very interesting too. And so this is an example of taking the existing motif and amplifying it to create an edging out of it. And it just really blends so well together. I love it. Great, Diane. Thank you, Edna. All right, and then I wanted to talk about something. Oh, we might run out of time. Shoot. Okay, well, we'll do this perhaps on Monday then. I wanted to give you some examples of why it's important if you're going to convert a top or a vest into a longer duster length or a dress or a skirt, why it's important to accommodate for extra ease for walking. And we won't have time to get to it today, so I'll try to keep my tape measure handy for Monday. But just keep in mind, if your bust and hip measurement are identical in a pattern, it won't work for adding a skirt because you need room to be able to walk. So you would need to A-line it out. If your pattern is already A-line, like the Sweet Clara top, you don't have to do any increases to keep going down for a skirt. So we'll talk more about that. We ran out of time today. But what I would like to tell you in the meantime is that is the first rule of thumb. If you're going to modify something to make it longer, it either has to already be A-line or you have to do increases. And I'll give you examples with the tape measure when we dive into it further on Monday. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed all the show and tell. If you have any questions about what we talked about, always feel welcome to come back to the podcast and place them in the comments. I get notified from those comments throughout the day. If you like the podcast, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, the red subscribe button's over here. I know we would all love for you to be a part of our regular community. And if you click that bell button next to the subscribe button, you can get notified every time I go live and upload new videos. I should have the video for the Nadia crochet cowl uploaded later today, and I'm working in the background right now on the Rinna crochet cowl will be out later today. The Nadia knit cowl video is in the works, and so is the Sadie crochet shawl. What else? What else? I think that's it. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.